So the next video in my megatrends is urbanisation. So I've got a number of things. It's the way that cities need to be resilient, adaptable and resistant. A whole load of mobility solutions from bikes, electric vehicles, electric personal trikes, bicycles, flying vehicles, and we need the flexibility of housing units to adapt in the phases of our lives. So we've got a sort of 3D mobility. It's a sort of the whole principle of showing the different types of ways of getting around. We're going to move towards the whole idea of having corporate cities where you have privately owned entire living spaces. You have fluid spaces where effectively the living space as well as the commercial space will be very flexible. So, for example, when you have a single person sort of expanding to a couple, expanding to a small family, then you could have the unit adapting to that particular idea, as well as the commercial real estate is very expensive, as well as the rent that goes with it. And you could have an issue where you have that property working 24/7. So it opens up as a shop, then it opens up as something else, and through the night you have a totally different sort of environment as well. The human cities now are going to move forward so that we have a better quality of life with all core aspects, and this can be done with Internet of Things communicating all across the board, so that we fully understand what is happening in at any one moment in time, and we can alter ourselves to affect it. Rural resurrection. We're going to have created services that makes our lives a lot better. One of the things as well is you're going to have smart cities, so the technology is making the city smarter, so it would understand about congestion. They're already bringing in when when the next bus is going to arrive, but you're probably going to see this more and more sort of come to the fore. Smart cities, the technologies are making the city smarter, so that at one point you might have a situation where your bins that you have will only be collected when they are sort of approaching 100% full, and having bins that can work with and hide the problems with certain smells of rubbish, and the wider problem of having rubbish staying in the one location for too long, as well as you might have a situation where you have your rubbish collected on demand. So that's for a later discussion. The space frontier, I think we're sort of moving towards expanding into space because we haven't looked after this planet very well. But the one thing that probably will come to the fore is that we're going to potentially live below ground, as well as on the sea, or sort of slightly submerged in the sea. If you're either on the sea or slightly submerged, where you're sort of living on the top and underneath the waters, it's going to be virtually impossible to actually flood that living space, because you're on, you've actually built it to be a structure that exists on water. And it's becoming about this urban resilience, cities becoming more robust, adaptable and flexible, to hurricanes, flooding, and sort of seasonal changes. So thank you very much for your time. Could you like, share, and follow this video and channel, and I will see you on my next video. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.